Hi there, and welcome to Naturally Recovering Autism. I am your host, Karen Thomas, and I want to thank you so much for being here and being a proactive parent and getting the resources that you need to let your child live their most fulfilling and independent life possible. When my own son was diagnosed with autism, I was told to drug him and try behavioral therapies, and there was nothing else that we could do for him but manage his symptoms the rest of his life. But I didn't want to do that. Fortunately, my background in craniosacral therapy of now 30 years let me know that the brain can and does heal, but I didn't know that much about autism. What I did know is that I didn't want to just mask the symptoms with dangerous drugs. I wanted to find the causes and work with them naturally. And fast forward, it took me a decade and a lot of time and effort, but today my son is no longer diagnosable with autism after being told it could not happen. So I'm here to share with you valuable resources to save you the time and some of the expense that I had to spend to figure it out, and to help you let your child lead to their best results possible. Every child's level of recovery is different, but we know that children who couldn't sleep through the night are sleeping now through the night and happily. Their immune systems are now strong where they were once sick all the time. Children who were nonverbal and their parents were told they could never speak are now speaking. Children who were getting D's and F's in school are getting A's and B's. And those that were so anxious all the time and couldn't sit still and were uncomfortable in their own bodies are now calm and happy and relaxed. And they're leading fulfilling and independent lives with friends. This is what we want for our kids. So I'm here to share the resources with you so that you can get the best results for your child, the best possible. And you can start that right now with my free download of the top 7 foods to eliminate beginning today, of the top foods that are the most inflammatory and toxic that are contributing to those physical and behavioral symptoms of autism that your child is having. They're making his life uncomfortable. So you can get that right now at naturallyrecoveringautism.com/7 foods. And feel free to share that with anybody you know who would be interested. And I will also link to it in today's show notes. There's, of course, a lot more than diet, but this is something you could start doing today that will begin to reduce those symptoms. And I'm happy to share everything I can with you. So right now, let's dive into today's episode.
Hi there, and welcome back once again. I'm here always to empower you, and today's episode is all about empowerment. This is about empowering you as a parent of a child with autism because we believe in recovery when others don't. And this is something that I know there are a lot of naysayers out there, or a lot of people who may not believe autism recovery is real, but I'm here to share with you it is. I know from my own personal experience with my own son, even after I was told it wasn't possible, and with so many other parents I have now helped worldwide to get results where they never have before. So this is what I want to go through today, because it's important to stay empowered, to stay encouraged, and to keep your belief even when others don't. When we first get the autism diagnosis for our child, we'll hear statements like, your child will never fully recover, or your child will never speak, or there's no cure for autism. I don't like to use the word cure. I stay away from that, but it's what you hear, that nothing can be done, right? This is what I was told. Well, for some, an autism diagnosis will remain along with some of their symptoms. We also know that these statements are not true. Children all over the world, again, are recovering in all levels of recovery. My own son is fully recovered from his symptoms of autism, even when I was told it wasn't possible. And I've helped, again, hundreds, if not thousands, of parents worldwide now to get results for their kids too. One mom I helped said she was told that her son would never speak. He was diagnosed as very severe, and they said he would never speak. But today, he is speaking endlessly from the resources I shared with her. So I know from what I have to offer that this can happen. Often we will plateau on the autism recovery journey because we don't have the right guidance or the right resources, and we just don't have the right guide or the right roadmap or plan. A lot of parents hold on to the belief that their children can make significant strides in their development, often achieving levels of independence and success that defy early expectations. And if you're one of those parents, this podcast is for you. You refuse to accept limitations and believe in your child's potential for recovery. One of the most dangerous things you can do is allow yourself to be alone on this journey. It's hard and even sometimes scary, and you don't have to do this alone. It is so important to have a support system in place and a community of like-minded parents who actually get it. They're working with their children with autism. They understand the challenges you're going through. They're on the same roadmap and path to get the things done that they want. They're staying inspired and encouraged, and continue to encourage you to do it as a community. They're living it too, and they know what it's like, and this makes all the difference. Understanding the spectrum of recovery, the concept of recovery in autism is complex and varies from child to child. For some, recovery might mean gaining the ability to communicate effectively or perform daily tasks independently. For others, it might mean overcoming sensory sensitivities or developing social relationships. Recovery doesn't necessarily imply the complete elimination of autism traits, but rather a significant improvement in the quality of life and functional abilities. Kevin is one of these stories. 3 years ago, Kevin was 13 years old, but still biting and kicking kids at school, hiding under the desk in fear and anxiousness that was debilitating for him and others around him, and including his mom. 3 years later, with my help, Kevin is now calm, happy, and the leader of his summer youth camp. And his mom says the kids love him. His mom, Mary, shared Kevin's story of transformation in my podcast, episode number 182. Please, I encourage you to listen to it for your own inspiration. I will put all of the show notes for today's show, including the links to anything I talk about, like Mary's story of Kevin, on today's show notes, which will be at naturallyrecoveringautism.com/201, 201. Why does belief matter so much? Well, first of all, mindset shapes our outcome. Believing in the possibility of recovery can profoundly impact your approach to your child's development. When parents are optimistic, they feel more likely to pursue and continue to pursue a wide range of therapies, interventions, and strategies that can lead to positive outcomes. A growth mindset encourages persistence, creativity, and definitely resilience, all of which are crucial in navigating the challenges of autism. I have an entire podcast episode that I've dedicated to mindset, and I'll link to again in the show notes today, but it's episode number 118, and it's on the 5 steps to apply a positive mindset and attract more of what you want into your life. First, you want to get clear on what it is that you want and set a date that you would like it to happen by. Now, at first, what you choose may be something more general because you need time for the specifics, but they'll come. Eventually, use these specifics. It's okay if your date gets pushed out, but having a date gives your mind a focal point. So again, this is not something to discourage you if you reach that date and it hasn't happened by then. We know autism recovery takes years, and all kids progress at different rates if you're on the right roadmap again. So maybe if you're a parent thinking, I've been on this for years and I haven't really had the success I'm looking for, I hear that a lot from the parents I work with, and I'm here to share with you that just means that there's another path that can help you more. Create a clear picture, an image for your subconscious mind with colored details, because creating these images in color is important because the brain embodies it more completely. Our brain sees in colors, and it actually allows a part of our brain called the reticular activating system to focus in more on that, and actually helps to drive you, even at a subconscious level, to getting more of what you want. Add the 5 senses in always when you think of the image in your mind. See, smell, hear, taste, touch. All of those are very important. We've got to add all the senses in. Include feelings. Really feel the feelings created by having your desire What will that feel like when you've reached your goal? When perhaps your child says their first words, or they're able to get dressed on their own, or they sleep through the night, or they're healthy and you're noticing they're not sick all the time. They're happier, they're calm. Picture what it is, your first largest desire, see it in your mind, picture it as if it's already happened the way you want it to be, and the excitement you feel and the gratitude around that. Because any positive feelings that come up for you will definitely make an impact on your belief system. The other thing is to very much continue to be consistent. Consistency and persistence in this on this journey are absolutely key. Empowering your child is important. When parents believe in their child's potential, they communicate that behalf in countless ways through words, actions, and expectations. Children often pick up on their parents' attitudes and internalize them. The child who senses that their parents believe in their ability to improve is more likely to develop self-confidence and a willingness to try new things. Also, driving advocacy and action. Parents who believe in recovery are more often motivated to advocate for their child's needs, whether it's pushing for the right educational support in school, seeking out the best therapies, or exploring different biomedical interventions. And a strong belief in recovery drives that action. This proactive approach can open doors to opportunities that might otherwise remain unexplored. Strategies for pursuing recovery. First of all, stay informed and open-minded. An open mind is absolutely key. Stay curious. The field of autism research and treatment is constantly evolving. I can attest to that. I've been researching it in depth for 18 years now. Stay informed about the latest developments, therapies, and interventions. Be open to exploring new approaches that may help your child, even if they're not widely accepted or understood by mainstream professionals. We don't need anybody else's permission. From various therapy modalities or biomedical treatments, diet modifications, emerging technologies, the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions. Create a holistic plan. Recovery often requires a multifaceted approach. Create a holistic plan that addresses various aspects of your child's development, communication, social skills, behavior, physical health, and their emotional well-being. Get educated from someone who specializes in autism and has a complete roadmap for you to ensure your plan is comprehensive so nothing important gets left out and you fall short of those results you could have gotten otherwise. Children with autism have unique needs, and the process must be done in a very, very specific order and done thoroughly. Focus on individualized interventions. Every child with autism is different, so what works for one child may not work for another. Focus on individual interventions that meet your child where they are right now. This might involve experimenting with different therapies, adjusting treatment plans, and being willing to pivot when something isn't working. Have an educated guide who helps support you along the way and can troubleshoot with you when issues arise, especially during detoxification, when symptoms can often get worse before they get better. And you want to know too, if all of a sudden your child has new symptoms, how to troubleshoot what could have been that cause and how, more so, how to work with that, how to help them get back to balance. Documenting progress. This is something I have all of my members do in my membership program. Keep a detailed record, a journal of your child's progress. Documenting improvements in behavior, communication, social interactions, and physical health can help you identify what's working and where adjustments still need to be needed. It's also providing you a source of encouragement during the challenging times because you can look back and see how far your child has actually come. Sometimes we forget about those milestones we've made when we're focusing on something current that may be unpleasant, but they've already made some progress. Focus on the wins always, no matter what size they are. Build a support network. Surround yourself with a supportive community of like-minded parents, professionals, and advocates who believe in the potential for recovery. Whether through online forums, local support groups, or social media, connecting with others who share your belief can provide emotional support. Advocate for your child's needs. Be your child's strongest advocate in all areas of their life: education, healthcare, and social interactions. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo if you believe a different approach will benefit your child. Whether it's requesting specific accommodations at school or seeking out alternative therapies, your advocacy can make a significant difference in your child's journey. Moving on to overcoming obstacles. One, dealing with skepticism. Ever been there? I have. You may encounter skepticisms from doctors, educators, or even family members who just don't share your belief in recovery or understand. They are trying to protect you, but they don't understand, so they just don't want to get your hopes up. It's important to stay grounded in your convictions while also being open to constructive feedback. Trust your instincts as a parent, always. Don't let others' doubts deter you from pursuing what you believe is best for your child. Managing emotional challenges. The journey toward recovery can be emotionally challenging with highs and lows along the way. Practice self-care, seek community support from other parents of children with autism, and consider working with a therapist who understands the unique challenges of raising a child with autism. Taking care of your own mental health is essential to being the best advocate for your child. Avoid burnout. Pursuing recovery can be an all-consuming process, but it's important to avoid burnout. Set realistic goals, prioritize your efforts, and remember that it's okay to move forward slowly. You want to go at your child's pace. Balancing your child's needs with your own well-being is crucial for long-term success. Celebrate those wins. No matter where your child is on the journey, it's important to celebrate every achievement, no matter how small. Each step forward is a victory worth acknowledging, whether it's a new word spoken, a social interaction initiated, or a moment of self-regulation. These wins aren't just signs of progress, they're reminders that your belief in your child's potential is well-founded. Belief is a catalyst to change because believing in your child's potential for recovery is more than just wishful thinking. It's a powerful catalyst for that change. And by holding on to this belief, you're not only setting the stage for your child's development, but also inspiring hope and possibility in others. Remember, the journey may be long and challenging, but with persistence, optimism, and the right support, your child can achieve remarkable growth and success. Your belief in your child's potential is one of the most powerful tools that you have. Keep pushing forward, keep advocating, and most importantly, keep believing in the possibilities. There are so many people in our community of autism parents who need support and encouragement along with valuable resources. Would you please take a moment and share the link to this episode, this podcast episode, from any platform you listen to with at least one friend who could benefit from it? I'd greatly appreciate it, as it helps others in need to know about the resources that we share, and so they can get the support they need too. Now, I have 2 action items for you, just a teeny little bit of homework, but I think you'll appreciate it. First of all, to help you get clear on what you want, spend just 10 minutes journaling. The questions you want to ask yourself are: what kind of support do you need? What kind of people are you looking for? What kind of group or community would be really valuable for you? What do you need to feel less lonely on this journey? And another thing, I want to invite you into our community. If you're in need of community support and guidance, then I invite you to join our community at Naturally Recovering Autism, where we have so many valuable resources and ongoing support to offer you strategies and encouragement along the way. And I think the best first step that you can take really is my quiz. So I know the stage where you're at right now in the autism journey, and I can help guide you to the perfect next steps. The quiz is free. It takes less than 2 minutes. And you can do that right now at naturallyrecoveringautism.com/quiz. Once you take it, I'll send you great information all about where you really are in the journey, because it actually may be different than you think, and a guide with what are your best next steps to take. I'll give you some invites to different ways to get into our community so that you're not alone on this journey anymore. This is important. I'm here to support you. I have 18 years of autism research and my own success with my own son's progress and the success I had recovering him, even when I was told this was not possible. So my goal is to share them with you and as many parents of children with autism as possible to help make this journey easier, simplify it, and guide you with the support. So again, it's not always easy, but it definitely can be easier if you have the right path, the right support, and you know what you're doing. So I'm here to help educate you, offer you the education that I have taken in all these years, and give it to you so that your path can be that much better. And most of all, so you can get the results that you're hoping for with your child as well. Thank you always for being here. And again, today's show notes will be at naturallyrecoveringautism.com/201. And I look forward to hearing about your success stories in the future. And thank you always for what you're doing for your child, because you are absolutely the key to their success. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you next time.